not an easy boxer to figure out. He's a slick southpaw mover, very good skills, Olympic gold medalist, and he's coming on some good form. So I'm really.
I saw something the other day. It was like Usyk swimming 5 hours. I was like, oh my god.
He's an animal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so fucking good. He's so good. I mean, you think about what that guy has done. He beat AJ twice. He beat Tyson Fury twice. And now he beat Dubois twice. That's crazy.
No, it's incredible.
I just think I can't see past Oleksandr Usyk. I just think the guy's...
When Tyson Fury calls you a machine, you know you've arrived. Tyson Fury calling Oleksandr Usyk a machine and the king of the heavyweight division says it all. This isn't just anyone speaking. It's the Gypsy King himself. A man who once ruled the division and never shied away from proclaiming.
Massive shout out to Oleksandr Usyk. Did a fantastic performance tonight over Daniel Dubois, a good young game lad who come for a good...
It. For Fury to publicly give Usyk that level of respect, that's monumental. Usyk's dominance hasn't just silenced the doubters, it's won over champions. Fury didn't stop at calling him a machine. He praised Usyk's ring IQ, footwork, and constant pressure, calling him a nightmare for any heavyweight. Slippery, awkward, relentless. He's everything a top tier
of all time. I really do. I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time. And his movement is so different. One of the things that was interesting, well, they were talking about the fight, and AJ Tony Bellows was talking about when he fought him, and AJ was saying that when he fought him, it was the most exhausted he's ever been, because he's always moving. You're not
your opponent fears. Then there's Joe Rogan, who echoed those sentiments in no uncertain terms. I think he's one of the best of all time. That's a bold claim. And Rogan means every word. His breakdown of Usyk's footwork and finishing combination is pure gold. He highlights how Anthony Joshua, a physical powerhouse, was left shattered after 12 rounds with Usyk gasping for air, overwhelmed by movement, angles, and...
Lomachenko's father trained Usyk as well.
Ah.
Yeah.
So there's something, something...
Obviously, gravity keeps him from moving the way Lomachenko does, because Lomachenko's so small.
Yeah.
He can like dance around you.
For sure.
In footwork, just majestic footwork. But Usyk's footwork is like, there's a bunch of breakdowns of the final combination.
Relentless pace. Rogan draws a direct line between Usyk's wizardry and the legacy of Vasily Lomachenko. No surprise, since Lomachenko's father also trained Usyk. That DNA of movement and mastery is all over Usyk's game. Then there's Dave Allen, brutally honest as always. Usyk is the best of our generation, period. From cleaning out cruiserweight to dethroning Joshua twice to dissecting Daniel Dubois, and now solving the Fury puzzle, Usyk's resume speaks for itself.
He's the best of our generation by far. He has to be. He's beat everybody. He's literally beat everybody. You could say he's not beat Wilder. You could say a time was Sultan Parker. He's beat everybody. Daniel Dubois, for me, Daniel Dubois was poor tonight. I know we're not getting onto that yet, but he was poor tonight. But he's beat Fury twice. He's beat Joshua twice. He mopped up a cruiserweight. He's done it all. Yeah, there's nothing really much else to add. He's one of the best of all time.
Was he made to look poor?
He was, yeah, of course. Because we say he's one of the greatest of all time. He's made to look poor, but Daniel, you can look poor, but this is a world champion with his hand by his chest.
Allen even admitted Dubois looked poor, but emphasized that's exactly what Usyk does. He makes good fighters look like amateurs. The respect doesn't stop there. Martin Bakole, a beast in his own right, was left stunned, and Lennox Lewis, the last undisputed heavyweight champion, was blown away. He was unbelievable. Praise from Lennox carries serious weight. For a legend to be that impressed, you've got to be generational. Usyk didn't just win, he painted a masterpiece. From the first jab to the final shot, every move was deliberate. His counters were precise.
It's the best for right now. For this moment now is the best. Retire or keep fighting. He done well, he done amazing. This guy is a machine. So it's the best right now, to be honest. So he's still undefeated.
His footwork was liquid. He didn't survive, he controlled. As Lennox put it, sharp jab, slick defense, off the charts IQ. What's more terrifying is that he never once looked in trouble. Not for a moment. That's elite level boxing. When a legend like Lennox Lewis is speechless, you're not just winning, you're etching your name into history. And then came Conor Benn, pushing the envelope even further. Is he as good as Muhammad Ali? That's sacred territory. But after what Usyk has accomplished, it's no longer a ridiculous question. Benn's not claiming Usyk is Ali, but he's acknowledging the kind of greatness we're witnessing. The Ukrainian has flipped the heavyweight division on its head, using brains, balance, and brutality. No one, not Fury, not Wilder, has found a way to solve him.
Unbelievable. He was on form today. He boxed great. He did the right things. He was counter-punching, and he was moving well, and he wasn't getting caught. And he started off with a jab. So
he controls pace, angles, and rhythm like a chess master. Ben knows how rare that is. And when fighters start mentioning Ali in the same breath as your name, you're not just another champion. You're history in motion. You don't beat Usyk, you survive him. Respect from rivals, legends, and even families. Tony Bellew, who once stood toe-to-toe with Oleksandr Usyk, puts it plainly, there's no one who's going to beat him. And Bellew would know, he felt Usyk's relentless pressure up close. But what impresses him most isn't just the physicality, it's the brain behind the gloves. Usyk doesn't come into the ring just in shape, he comes in custom built for you. Against Daniel Dubois, Usyk added weight to absorb the Brit's power and deliberately slowed his feet to match Dubois's pace. That wasn't coincidence. That was psychological warfare. He mirrors your rhythm, disrupts your plan, and mentally disarms you before the first punch even
Heavyweight there is currently, and I don't see anybody beating him. Is he as good as Muhammad Ali? It's not a crazy thing to say, I don't think, at this point. The thing is, you can't really do the comparisons, do you know what I mean? But I do think he's one of the best currently now to do it.
Who do you want to see Usyk fight next, or just sail off?
He can sail off into the sunset, and he's done everything. Do you know what I mean? He's phenomenal fighter, man. You're watching him, I'm just watching him, I'm going, oh my God. Like, that's God-given talent.
Lands. Bellew sees it. The fans feel it. The heavyweight division fears it. Usyk is redefining what it means to be a heavyweight. It's no longer about brute strength, it's about calculated chaos, delivered by a boxing mind that's light years ahead. Joe Gallagher summed it up best. There's nothing more for Usyk to prove, and he's right. Undisputed at cruiserweight, unified at heavyweight, he's beaten world champions, silenced skeptics, and outclassed every style thrown at him. Gallagher's words echo a truth many are now realizing. Usyk has reached that rare legendary level. The only thing left is to watch the next generation try, and likely fail, to dethrone him. He's in that space once occupied by names like Mayweather and Pacquiao. When greatness is no longer debated, just observed. When winning becomes the norm and legacy is the only...
There's no one who's going to beat him. I just think technically, physically now, he's at the weight and he's adapted and he's adjusted. I mean, he's even adjusted and adapted his weight for this fight individually. I mean, he put on how much weight and slowed the actual feet down because Daniel Dubois' feet was...
only opponent left. Because Usyk doesn't just win. He adapts in real time. He never loses position. He fights with surgical precision and fire in his eyes. Even Dubois' own father, Stan Dubois, didn't argue the outcome. He didn't offer excuses. He didn't sugarcoat the loss. He simply said what everyone else saw. Usyk is a great champion. The best in the world. That's raw honesty. From a father who just watched his son go through hell. And yet he still couldn't deny Usyk's brilliance. That speaks volumes. Because what Usyk did to Dubois wasn't just a win, it was a dismantling. He neutralized the threat, broke him down mentally, and closed the show with precision and poise. Dubois came with youth and power. Usyk came with control, timing, and ruthless execution. And when a fighter not only earns respect for...
There's nothing more for him to prove. What is he's in a situation like all good fighters when they start to come to the end of the career. You've got the next gen coming through. You've got your upper-tiers that want to move up and fight him. You've got the young guns.
From his opponent, but from that opponent's family, you're witnessing something special. Stan Dubois wasn't being harsh. He was being real. And deep down, he knows what the rest of the boxing world is now learning. You don't beat Usyk. You just survive him. Spencer Oliver said it best. Stunned by what he witnessed, that was the best Oleksandr Usyk I've ever seen. A huge statement, considering Usyk's resume is already stacked with elite performances. People questioned if the Fury wars had drained him. Was age creeping in? Had he peaked? But Usyk erased every doubt in one night, with a performance that was clinical, brutal, and dominant. He looked young, fresh, and sharp. He turned a dangerous fight into a showcase. And that is terrifying for anyone left in the division. Because if that Usyk is still evolving, then the heavyweight throne may be his for as long as he wants it. Usyk isn't just beating opponents. He's rewriting the heavyweight legacy. When a fighter can walk into the ring after back-to-back wars, face a...
He's the best in the world for a reason.
You know your son very well. He's only 27. Yes, it's back to the drawing board.
What do you believe is necessary now for him to come back and, can be a two-time champion?
Well, that's up to him. We'll have a chat and see what he wants to do.
Do you know yet what you'd like?
Young, dangerous puncher like Daniel Dubois and still look levels above. That's not just a champion, that's greatness. Oleksandr Usyk's performance against Dubois was a clinic in elite boxing. His conditioning, timing, and footwork were razor sharp. He dismantled Dubois with calm, calculated precision that had even seasoned veterans like Spencer Oliver declaring, "That's the best Usyk we've ever seen." Forget age, forget mileage. Usyk is still evolving, and that's a terrifying prospect for the rest of the division. And when respected journalist Gareth A. Davies begins discussing your name in the context of all-time greats, you know history is watching. Gareth doesn't hand out praise loosely, but after watching Usyk disarm and dominate a younger, bigger opponent using pure ring IQ and masterful setups, even he was left astounded. He discombobulated him. He mesmerized him. That's how Gareth described Usyk's performance, and that's exactly what it was. Mesmerizing. Like a grandmaster in a chess match, Usyk broke Dubois down piece by piece, never rushing, always in control. Under 50
tonight was the best Oleksandr Usyk I've actually seen. I think that you got to put him up there, man. That was phenomenal. People talking about age, it was he showing signs of wear and tear after the two Fury fights. Well, he answered all those questions. He looked young, he looked fresh, and he made a potentially difficult fight.
15 minutes of brilliance had fans on their feet and pundits reconsidering the entire heavyweight hierarchy. Usyk isn't chasing greatness anymore. He's living it. Hamza Shiraz put it perfectly. He stood on business, and that's exactly what Usyk did. All fight week the energy was different. No jokes, no games, just laser focus. He promised to knock Dubois out, and then delivered on that promise with cold precision. That wasn't hype. That was the mindset of a champion who meant every word. Shiraz picked up on it. The intensity in Usyk's eyes, the calm confidence in his body language, the energy of a man who already knew how the story would end. He didn't just predict the outcome. He orchestrated it. The way he broke Dubois down, slow, methodical, and devastating, was proof that when Usyk flips the switch, there's not a heavyweight alive who can handle what's coming. This fight wasn't just about defending belts, it was about sending a message. I don't just outbox you. Usyk reminded the world.
And he goes out into the night, like all the people here tonight, knowing that a big debate will rage now as to where he actually sits in the pantheon of the all-time heavyweight greats. I thought he was astounding from beginning to end. He discombobulated, he mesmerized, he'd used his magician skills against Daniel Dubois, and it took him under 15 minutes. He was brilliant.
Finish you. That's what standing on business looks like. And then there's Adam Smith, whose detailed breakdown added yet another layer to Usyk's brilliance. He pointed out that Dubois had a flicker of success in round 3, but even that shot was partially blocked. That's Usyk's defensive genius. He's never where you expect him to be. Even when you think you've landed clean, you haven't. Smith revisited the controversial low blow narrative, a moment Dubois' supporters clung to. But once again, Usyk responded like a true champion. No panic, no theatrics, just composure. And when it was time to end things, he did it the only way he knows how: clean, accurate, and final. That right hand wasn't wild. It wasn't desperate. It was calculated, a sniper shot after rounds of methodical breakdown. Adam Smith nailed it. It was the right hand that led to the end. And that's Usyk in a nutshell. He lets you try. He lets you hope. Then he shuts the lights out. So when legends and analysts from Gareth A. Davies to Joe Rogan start putting Usyk's name...
Sure, I think Parker should get a world title fight regardless, even if Usyk vacates the belts.
Hands off. Usyk fought like a heavyweight, not a cruiserweight in there tonight.
Yeah, no, he did. He stood on business, man. He stood on business, and he said he was going to knock the bar out, and he done exactly.
Next to the greats, it's not just flattery, it's earned. Tyson Fury himself called Usyk a machine. Joe Rogan broke down his footwork like a historian studying art. Hamza Shiraz said he executed like a man possessed. And now Gareth A. Davies is asking the real question: where does Usyk belong among the all-time heavyweight greats? Because what Usyk did wasn't just a title defense, it was a statement. He took a younger, bigger, more powerful opponent and neutralized every advantage with superior skill, movement, and mental warfare. He's reached that rare space in boxing history, where opponents don't just lose, they get exposed. From Anthony Joshua to Dubois, and with Fury on the radar once again, Usyk is proving that size doesn't beat skill, intelligence does. Each fight silences more critics, humbles more doubters, and expands his legacy.